I hate Peter. You know what I do when I sit in the darkened theater waiting for a show to begin? I pray, dear God, please let it be good. Let's keep it short. 2 hours is fine, 3 hours is too much. Let's get the actors out of the audience. I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I certainly didn't pay for a clown in a cat costume to come clawing at me at the end of the second act. I just want a story. A few songs to take me away. I want to be entertained. Isn't that the point? Amen. You know, it used to be they sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what if George and Ira Gershwin have for us tonight, or if Bill Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Nowadays it's over. Please, Milton John, must we continue this charade? Used to be sitting there in the dark, even when the lights came up, we were about to be taken away to another world. Full of color, glamour, and music. You thought to yourself, when are they going to put up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello. How are you all feeling tonight? Feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should be so anxious at this age. That little self-conscious anxiety resulting in a non-specific state of sadness. A state I like to call blue. Now when I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yeah, records. What did I find but Merrick Wilson's The Music Man? About to put on the trap recording. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. Then I thought to myself, now let's have a treat. Let's immerse ourselves in the decadent world of the 1920s, when champagne flowed and caviar chilled and life was a party. For the wealthy young guy. So I did some digging. And what did I find? One of my favorite shows. Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Judy Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set, remastered from the original 1928 recording, featuring all of the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell. Isn't she elegant? I think it was a full 15 years before she became old Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Let me read to you what it says on the back of the record. Mix-ups, mayhem, and fun wedding. That's what this record is. It's fun. Would you let me play this record for you? Would you indulge me? I had a feeling you'd say yes. Static. I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine moving on. It's April 1928. We're standing outside the Morasco Theater in New York City. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be warm in April? Nowadays April's near January. Climate change. Oh my God! Anyway, it's very cold. A thick gray sleet is falling down, but you don't care because you're about to see a Broadway show. Listen. Helps you close your eyes. Overtures have gone out of style now. I miss them. They're like a show's way of welcoming you. It's like saying the meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what overtures are. An appetizer of sound. Cuckoo platter of tunes, if you will. What's this? Something new. Sometimes a dance tune. perhaps. Don't worry. All right, pirates. This is it. The moment when the music starts to build and you know you're seconds away from being transported to another world. The curtain's opening. I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, Mrs. Cottondale.
Oh, I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. But someone tell me why I put it on.
Yes. Your dress, your fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing. God bless, your dress is one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the horses and it's happy wedding time.
Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will gong. Wedding bells will ding-a-ling and we will ding along. Your fancy dress. We're very, very glad to put it on.
Wedding guests have come,
Wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet. Let's start our belting falling to my love a lot.
I'm George, that's George, his best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man would. Mrs. Cottondale, I'm so wedding planned out. The key is organization. See, each string represents a task yet to be completed. Paint the musician, build the florist, book the minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm bouncing producer, I'm lost on the lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not worth it.
I'm pretty, just pretty. I think my best of probably. I'll be a slim lady if I dance my stuff.
What pastry chef?
What pastry chef?
Papa, I'm the pastry chef. No bakery.
A bakery is what we've got.
My name is Aldapo. I am the king of romance, so I kiss a lot.
You are the king of romance, so you kiss all the lies. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet Fanning up and when will she appear? It's Janet and the crowd. I'm Janet, here to marry Robert. Giving up a life of glamour, she's not enough. Am I late? I'm the chaperone, the planet photograph. Maid of honor, friend and confidant, and all that rot. Where's the bar? A wedding, to bring its
Tradition, madam.
a wedding, how big? Good thing I brought my own. A wedding, today. Hey, makes me drowsy. It's truly happening, almost happening. What is happening? I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. I'll circle through the stratus in my modern apparatus. I'm Trix, the aviatrix. I gotta fly. I'll see you when they turn the night. A wedding, hooray! Ding-a-ling.
jovial gangsters posing as pastry chefs. A flaky Corey, a Latin public, and an aviatrix. They we call a pilot. Forget about my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What else do you need for an evening's entertainment? And we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll do the record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be too hard to follow. We begin with a welcome from the Love Struck group.
Well, I just wanted to thank you all for coming. Why, who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl? Oh, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Here, here.
To Miss Janet Vandegraff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not.
Excuse me?
The groom mustn't see his bride on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck.
I hope you caught that, because that's the plot, basically. Hold on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room. Say, it's a little early in the day to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, you keep Janet away from Robert. You understand? You're the chaperone. That's your only job.
I am, Capitan. Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I'm your little monkey.
And so the bride and groom are whisked away, and we turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Belzig!
Getting married in the show business.
Mr. Belzig!
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Belzig! I could be a leading lady. You even said it yourself! You're useless in the chorus!
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, and
Ballet.
yeah, and I'm pretty good too. Last week I auditioned for Sly
A brief annotation. Kitty and Belzig were actually a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Abbott. Now, this is a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman with long-suffering companion. Of course, in the end, she does something quite clever, and we all have to ask ourselves, was it all an act? Of course, the irony here is that Sadie was actually quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a wonderful career on stage. Back then, the theater was the only place a stupid person could make a decent living. It was way before reality television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
A pencil, Mr. Feldzig.
Not now.
Then perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps we can give you something to chew on. Yeah, some fatty food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand here before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also, and primarily, employees of a certain individual
Certain individual?
who happens to be the single largest investor in the Feldzig Follies. He has sent us here as pastry chefs to address concerns about Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials. Specifically, that if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show. Say, don't I know you? No, you don't. Well, have you ever spent any time in Toledo? Have you ever spent any time in a coma? No. Oh, but I do have a cousin from Seattle.
points. You can tell your boss's wedding will never happen. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right. But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, we have made ourselves perfectly eclair. One cannoli hoe. You biscotti be giving me. A trifle much? Don't hurt me.
You can drop the pastry chef routine.
Alas, we ganache. We're on the lamb. Lamb's an entree, you macaroon.
The gangsters were played by the interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall brothers, John and Peter Tall. They were born Abel and Mendel Miloskowitz, but was renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. Of course, I'd be sarcastic in calling them the Tall brothers, when in reality, they were the Short sisters, Abella and Mandela Short. Upon emigrating to America, they decided to pose as men in order to capitalize on the unfortunate theater occurrence, the unfortunate ratio of male roles to male actors. This is a very common device, actually. I'm sure you've seen it somewhere before, perhaps in a local high school theater production. They played the typical Broadway gangster, full of graceful movements and stylized wordplay. So not very intimidating. Unless you find dances intimidating, which I do, but for reasons inappropriate for this situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Feldig. In the meantime, you're free to browse the dessert carousel.
Trying to tell you the surprise.
Is to die for what? Holy cats, Mr. Feldig! Dead gangsters!
Very perceptive, now you go powder your face. But how am I to stop sweating? How? Lord in heaven, how? How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. And now, the story well on its way. Turn our attention to the groom.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The bridegroom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the Albright toothpaste man, his guided smile adorning every tube. Albright was immensely popular in the 1920s, primarily because it contained sugar. It's true, it was a third ingredient down. Nowadays, you're not even supposed to eat sugar, much less brush with it. But anyway, it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
Don't worry, it's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is, of course.
Now, some people say that Percy Hyman was a bad lead. To those people, I simply say, shut up!
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them afraid cats do. Something may be bothering. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Younger feet, old feet, can't be uncontrolled. Red'll make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Cross the arches, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can jive. Wedding marches played in right time swing. Makes frigid souls come alive and take that drive. Cold feet, cold feet, turn into cold feet. Rattle make them cold feet. Hot.
You don't say. Why don't you just tell him to slide back into his buckle that backstabbing worm? And now I have to find another minister. Say, what are you up to?
I'm singing a song an old preacher taught me. A Dixie remedy for wedding day dinners.
You think you've got dinners? You've got the easy part. I got Mr. Rice, and who cares? The other minister.
George, it sounds like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Drowsy Chaperone was a wonderful performer. Still around today. I was just reading about him in the newspaper when they wheeled him out to celebrate his 100th birthday. Say that the years have taken their toll on his face and body. Grotesque understatement. When they wheeled him out, he had that expression on his face that God reserves only for the extremely old on their birthdays. You know the one that says, "Who are you? Where am I? Why is our cake on fire?" You know what I mean? Anyway.
All right. That's enough of that dancing around. That's enough of that dancing around like a fool.
Sorry, George. I was just trying to calm my nerves. I mean, it is my wedding day after all.
Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Tap dancing is too dangerous. Why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's what I
George, you think of everything.
Wait a minute. What was I thinking? Oh, no. You're not going out like that, my friend. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
George, what would I do without you?
Just looking out for you, my boy. And no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does that sometimes. It rings. It'll stop eventually. Just ignore it. What do you want? Hello? You've reached my answering machine. Please leave a short message after the tone and I'll call you back at my convenience. Well, that's it. The moment's ruined. Thank you. Thank you, life! It's like when a cell phone goes off in a crowded theater. Hey man, where are you? Oh, I couldn't make it out tonight, so where are you? Oh, I'm in the theater, ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't make it out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Just try to relax. Try to reimagine ourselves back in 1928. Back in 1928, we didn't have cell phones taken out of the moment. I'm sure they had something equally as annoying. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
Glamorous Janet Van de Graaff, entertaining questions from reporters as she did after she's left.
Miss Van de Graaff, is it true you're giving up a successful career to marry men you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the in France. He amused me with stories on his father's oil interests. We spooned briefly, and then he proposed.
So you won't be returning to the stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
You shan't.
I shan't.
Can I quote you on that?
Of course. One more question? Yes? Why in the world would anyone put olives in a gimlet?
Oh, I got a question. Why would you give up the footlights when you know very well that you got Greeks painting your fangs?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, I'm begging you, dump the mug, stay with the Follies, I'll give you anything you want. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show up no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride things no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. don't try to control me. I've made up my mind. That's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't wanna be used no more. Make the gentleman boot no more. I don't wanna wear boots no more. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off no more. Not me. Really don't use no more. Next week, let's go reviews no more. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off no more. Off no more. Not me. Oh, wait. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off, don't wanna show off no more. Please, no more attention. I counted to 10. Then I'm through. Adieu. You'll never see this. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. I don't wanna change no more. I don't wanna be used no more. I don't wanna say cheese no more. I don't care if you stop. I don't wanna be cheered no more. Praise no more. Ground no more. Touch no more. Love no more. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show no more. Did I miss something?
Well, Mr. Felday, Miss Van, it is painfully obvious that Miss Vandergraft has no desire to continue a life on the stage.
Can't you see it's killing her soul?
Don't worry, boys. This isn't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do an encore.
I don't wanna encore no more. Shout more. I'm singing no more, no more. I don't wanna show.
looking up like the bride. Remember the oops girl? You people do remember the oops girl, don't you people be? She was the oops girl. A girl whose sassy energy was so pervasive she caused men around her to have accidents, such as spill their drinks or crash their car into a tree. Whenever it happened, she'd give out her signature, oops. Well, I'm not doing it justice, but people ate it up. She starred in a series of films. She was in Oops, Oops Girl Comes Home, and the Oops Girl Goes Out to Sea. She won an Oscar for Best Special Effects.
Okay. Begging and groveling didn't work. Now what's plan B? And for that, I'm going to need an accomplice. Someone gullible and has loose morals. I need, what do you call it? When you're a being.
Enter Adolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Adolfo was played by world-class drinker and silent film star Roman Bartielli. Remember? He was the one who drank himself to death in his chateau in Nice. About 5 days before they found his body, and by the time they did, it had been consumed by pools. Partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've, met.
I am Adolfo.
You are Adolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Not the Adolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes. What?
Why, just now, I overheard the groom saying, Adolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
What? Adolfo is a scoundrel.
Those very words.
Adolfo is a scoundrel.
It's like I'm hearing it again.
This is a language. He is saying this to people. To ladies who glasses reach for kiss. Why I must? I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this bloom into my own hands and the king.
Yes! No! Don't kill him! Just point him enough so he can't get married.
Show me this bloom. Wait,
What?
what kind of man is this bloom? A big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
well, he's big on my side.
No. Adolfo no like big man. Small, big, with little dog people. Adolfo can punch very far, but no big man.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some call me the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say, the best way to get revenge on a man is through his soul. No, the best way to get back at a man is through his
Needle.
No. Revenge! Back at a man. Through his
Do it. There's going to west. I am not Santa Claus coming down to the chimney. No? Yes.
His woman.
His woman.
Yes, Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
His woman.
His bride.
Adolfo will seduce his bride. And that will show people that Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me this bride. Wait. Yeah.
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
No, she's in half pajamas.
Pajamas?
She's a looker. An attractive woman.
Ah, somebody that's cast in the pajamas. I will make her purr.
Stop it!
Like a cat in the pajamas. Well, you certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature, contemporary audiences are too sophisticated to enjoy humor or such broad racial stereotyping. So, you banished the doll to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Oh, the pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, underling, you have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I am aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice.
Vodka.
Well, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Underling, might I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a glass of refreshing ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
There is pure vodka, you do.
I hate this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam?
Yes, ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going. This whole scene is just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That is pure vodka, you poop.
You know, in some ways for the time, the Drowsy Chaperone was actually quite progressive.
Your ice water, madam.
That is pure vodka, you poop.
Yes, in some ways it was quite progressive, but in some ways it was stale. In 1928. You know what, I'm going to skip ahead here.
Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice? For heaven's sake, why?
I'm gonna wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, some of you might be wondering what a routine like that is doing in a show like this. It's very simple, actually. Set change. X. Musical, the story exists for only one purpose. And that purpose is to connect the longer, more engaging production numbers.
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning!
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
And this is a very important scene. It's the only scene in the entire musical where Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell were alone together on the stage. Now, Jane Roberts was a rising star. Beatrice Stockwell was an established presence, a force to contend.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I suppose that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No.
married for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam, and I'm afraid you've eaten all of the olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big, monkey eyes, ah, gee, I just get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. Wooziness can be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing anthems. She roused and entertained the troops for every major world conflict up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was in her 80s, and her anthems didn't so much as rouse the stupefied. Still, she demanded that a rousing anthem be in every show she ever did, even when it wasn't appropriate. Couldn't say no word. That star.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration, really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes,
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or to do. Still we bungle our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
that was quite inspiring, Chaperone, but I just don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain.
I think what I'm really looking for are a few sympathetic words of love.
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica, a place.
Antarctica.
Still you mustn't let it lick you. This planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble along across life's crowded dance floor, as we push and we shove, we live
That was Beatrice Stockwell. She did what she wanted, when she wanted, regardless of the needs or concerns of others. My mother was like that.
That was quite inspiring, Chaperone. But I'm still conflicted. Should I marry Robert?
My dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Why don't you ask him? Why don't you come right out and say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert, and I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right. And I take that responsibility very seriously. However, I'm just this moment feeling terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I have to have a lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden, seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, Chaperone, thank you. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny fool. Still, I envy her. When will love come crashing through my door?
Enter the doctor. Come seduce the bride.
I'm an uncle.
Don't think about the poodles when you listen to this part.
I am an uncle. And you are the bride.
No, I'm not.
What? This is the bride's fate, and you are the only one here. Therefore, you must be the bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you're a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Maybe I can take a message.
Dear Vanderbilt bride, I shall kiss you and transport you to a place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed out uncle, King of Florence.
Well, you saw through my little ruse. You found me out.
So you are bride.
Apparently, yes. Kiss me on the face.
Ah, no. Not about this. Adolfo. You must remember my name, call me, I'll kiss you, you must say the word name, or it will spoil everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name of Adolfo, a ladies' man who wins a claim of Adolfo. Well, lovely miss, I am the same Adolfo. I introduce myself, I am Adolfo.
Nice. Shall we?
Not so fast, so just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely lady always feel Adolfo. When I look at myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, I can sing it low, Adolfo. I can sing it very fast. I can sing it very slowly. I do it now, but it will take see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how to give me what to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it I always see?
Adolfo.
For all of you lovely ladies out there who did not kill me because maybe you are hard of hearing. I don't know. It goes oh, yeah.
By a Latin lover. Of course, by that I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. Still, that's what musicals are all about. Romantic fantasy. Falling in love at the drop of a hat. Spontaneous tangoing. Suddenly finding yourself in the middle of an extremely romantic setting.
I'm an excellent way to happen. Don't worry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold.
That's right. I'm sorry, who am I speaking with anyhow?
Why, it's me. I mean, Mimi. Mimi from France.
This scene couldn't be any more ridiculous.
So, you are marrying Jeanne Feather, right now?
Oui.
I hear she's very beautiful.
Oui.
And very glamorous.
Ah, oui, oui.
Is it true that she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France did you say you're from again?
Oh, the middle part. Where they make the toast. So, you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English, fiancé?
That's right.
Well, tell me. When was the moment when you knew she was the only one for you?
It's a funny story, actually. See, we were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile de France.
Yes.
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes. I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. And then you fell?
Yep, right on my keister. And I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't even left the dock.
That's what she said. And that's when I knew it must be love.
And then what happened?
Well, then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stand, the three-legged chair, the hymn that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
And then she joined in.
When the letters seem sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm the rags in the cellar.
A broken umbrella,
A branch hanging loose from
a tree. I can see myself jumping and clapping for a man who lives dangerously. to happen. So hurry and happen to me.
And then we kissed. Like an accident waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to me.
You kissed a strange French girl on your wedding.
Oh no! What have I done? Wait! Come back!
Well, it seems the blindfold and the thick French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess. But it all worked out in the end. Of course it will. It's not real. It's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. In the real world, nothing ever works out. People will burst out into song and they'll see your range.
Mr. Belzig!
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Belzig!
How long can it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Belzig, you don't need Janet no more!
Kitty, not now!
But I've been working on this new mind reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible! Okay, now think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of some, alright.
Here comes some milk and a loaf of rye bread. And don't forget to shave your legs.
You're eating your own mind, you idiot!
Well, no wonder it was so easy. Mr. Feldzing,
It would seem that the wedding is proceeding according to schedule.
now, it's time to receive your justice waits. What do you think, partner? Should we look up something special for Mr. Feldzing?
Yeah, how about a Toledo surprise?
An inspired choice.
Toledo surprise? I've never heard of that.
No, you haven't. Those who've heard of it, I generally never heard from. Again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up, nice and slow. And then you've got a Toledo surprise.
Can you run that by me again?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feltzig.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up, nice and slow. And then you got a Toledo surprise. Say, why don't we give him a little taste?
All right.
Hold it! What style? What grace? What a rhythm! Open your fists. Now shake them. Now give me that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da, go!
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up front, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise.
Now son,
In the peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo surprise. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it folks, with your whites, split your yolks, then you got a Toledo surprise.
you boys are naturals. Keep it up. A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mr. Feldzig, what's going on here?
Open a new one.
Toledo surprise. You're playing gangsters in the show, you won't mean it. They're not even in the
You got it all wrong. The new act is for you, Kitty, and these boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! What? They're hot Toledo dust! Reminds me
kissed the bride.
That is not the bride, idiots! That's the chaperone!
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off!
What?
Robin has kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you. Only French. Sweet mother of pearl.
Emily!
Yes, madam.
What is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
A wedding? Oh, I love weddings.
I'm afraid it's been called off.
Oh, how terrible.
Yes! What a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Queen of Clark boys, I'll show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up, then you heat it up. If it tries to rise, don't let it.
It's the dancing!
So later, surprise.
Surprise!
Wait, no, Freddy.
Surprise! Wait till ready. Surprise!
Wait till it's ready.
Now it's looking ready. Surprise! Makes me twitch, makes me shake. This dessert takes the cake. Hits me like a torpedo. Totally don't be surprised.
Believe the bride.
Believe the surprise. Surprise.
Surprise!
That's about that. It's almost time for the intermission. Well, at least it would be if we were in the Marasco Theater in April 1928, watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which, of course, we are not. I hate intermissions. Take you out of the magic. No. Snap you back to reality. One moment, surrounded by color and glamour. The next, you're surrounded by tourists. Sprinkling candy wrappers and nattering about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. Oh, this? It's Power Bar. A little bit of a blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals throughout the day or else I get all jittery. Wouldn't like me when I'm jittery. Believe me. No, I remember my wedding. Ceremony wasn't until 4 and hadn't eaten breakfast. By the time I got out there, I was all, I do! What, you're all surprised I was married? Well, you shouldn't go around making assumptions about people, must you? I'm a very complicated person. I have to go pee now. Don't worry, I'll be quick. In the meantime, listen to the end of that one.